got this case study to be reviewed a few days ago. Now I finally find some time to do that. First of all, Madhushanan, I admire your efforts and I salute you for writing this case study, because not many people do that. So you're so great. And let me give my honest opinion about your case study. I hope you would not take this personal. Let's start. Now, when you're writing a case study, let's see what you have written here. UI UX case study, Maxis hotel booking app. The name is so important, because your case study should have a proper name. It's a hotel booking app, yeah, we get it, but it's better if you can explain it a bit more, like, how I made hotel booking easy with a new mobile app, that kind of a thing. Something related to what you have done in your case study. That would be a very powerful name for your case study. So the name of your case study shouldn't be a UI UX case study. And I personally don't like when people use UI UX, but I suggest you to write like UX case study. And then you have mentioned some features, I guess, login, explore, book. Why did you do that, and what did you expect people to learn by putting these things? Just you want to say that you have these features? No, you shouldn't do that, because it explains that you are a bit of a UI mindset person, not a complete UX mindset person. And you have mentioned that you have taken 6 weeks and 45 screens. Again, see this 45 plus screens. UX case study, any of the solutions that we see in this world are not being measured by the number of screens. So don't put these kind of things. It will give a feeling to a UX designer that you are a bit amateur and immature in this field. So the name, project duration, yes, if you want to do that, you can mention it, but it's not necessary to put it. And let's go down, and you have mentioned something called project overview. So let's try to read this. The Maxis hotel booking app redefines the hotel booking experience by providing users with seamless platform to hold on. Now, if you write something like this, like good 15 years ago, then this would have a good value. But right now, we all know that people don't fall for these kind of words. For example, the seamless platform, the experience, redefining, those kind of keywords, people won't fall for that one. Instead, be honest and explain what you try to achieve by doing this. And if you keep reading this one, compare book accommodations worldwide with a focus of simplicity, and same words that you have used. Personalization, users can easily search for hotels based on their preference. Now, isn't this something available in other booking platforms? Access comprehensive information and make secure booking. Isn't other applications do not provide secure booking? So I'm not quite happy with the project overview that you have written here, because it doesn't give me the meaning, or it doesn't give me the reason for you to do that project. So everybody has to have some kind of a reason for them to do a project. Mostly this reason come from the product owner, but if you are the product owner, then you can you have to have your reasoning. And if you are if you are not the product owner, then you have to get that reasoning from the product owner, why this person tries to do this project, and what this project is all about. So that is the project overview that I would expect in a UX case study. And you have mentioned here target audience 17 to 56-year-old people. And how did you get that? I mean, what I can assume is this is your main segment of the users. I'm not quite sure that I got it right. How did you get these exact years? I mean, 17 to 56-year-old. and duration 4 weeks, and earlier you have mentioned that it's 6 weeks, and here you have mentioned it's 4 weeks, and some incompatibility in this information. And if at all, if you are presenting some information about your target audience, for example, these are the people that I'm targeting to use my application, then give a bit of a detailed explanation about not just the age, give some other demographic and characteristics about the teens, or middle class people who are trying to find a location, some kind of information that is not necessary, but if you are giving some details, then give a little bit more details about your target audience. Sorry, I'm a bad cough these days. Key features. Holy moly. Now, after the project overview, now you have mentioned key features. How did you arrive at these key features? Comprehensive hotel listings, personalized recommendations, secure bookings, and payment options. Now, why you need to do that? You haven't mentioned the problem here. So instead you are talking about a solution. So always keep in mind that without discussing the problem, without identifying the problem, without researching about the problem, you can't give solutions. And we all know that when a project starts, somebody would have some hypothesis about a problem. That is how everything starts. Somebody thinks that these people would have some problem like this, and I need to solve it. So that hypothesis is the one that you are going to validate using your research. And once it is confirmed, and I'm not saying all the hypotheses are validated, can be validated correctly in a research, but sometimes you will find that no, all these hypotheses are wrong. If that is the case, then you will find what's right. So that is why we need to do the research. So without doing the research, don't talk about features. And if what you can do is you can mention that initial hypothesis. Maybe the product owner give you this one, maybe the domain expert that product owner brings could give these hypothesis, or if you are the product owner, then you can come up with these hypotheses on your own why you are doing this project, the key problems that you are trying to solve here. And then you have mentioned the design process. It's looks like it's design thinking process, and that's fine. And you have mentioned discover phase, user research, competitor analysis, define phase, ideate phase. These are not entirely fit into these stages, but okay, I'll pass that one. You don't need to mention all these things, just mention the process. That will do. Okay, now next come the problem solution framework. Now you have tried to map certain pain points into goals and to solutions. So let's see what you have mentioned here. Rooms may be scarce during busy times, and prices can fluctuate, affecting budget plans, and the goal is ensure consistent availability and competitive pricing across all platforms. And you're trying to come up with a solution, implement a dynamic pricing strategies, predictive analytics for demand forecasting. Okay, sorting through reviews to find. Now, I don't understand how you come up with these pain points. How did you understand these pain points? And you haven't, because you haven't done the research yet. Are these coming from your product owner? Are these the one that I'm mentioning as hypothesis that you have? So, if that is the case, then you can't solve this until you are confirmed that these are real problems. If not, I have the question, how did you come up with these pain points and goals? How did you discover these things? That's a question to me. Okay, the beginning. Now we are beginning. In approaching this project, I embrace a goal-oriented design strategy that wielded considerably effective through blah 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 blah. Okay. And what is the product, and who is the intended audience, what are the most critical needs of my primary users. Yeah, that makes sense. What do I consider as our primary competition? Yes, very much in line. What challenges might I encounter as I progress? Very good about this section. But let me check whether you have done all these things for sure. Now you have done the UX research. I had the opportunity to conduct both online and offline interviews coupled with comprehensive survey. Okay. Now you have picked 15 users for quantitative research survey, 5 users for qualitative research survey. Qualitative research survey. Surveys are mostly quantitative. I don't know why you say it qualitative. Interviews are more qualitative because you can uncover certain things which you can't measure by quantitating these interviews. But surveys are mostly quantitative, mostly. Okay. Quantitative research. Age of the candidate. Okay, you have gathered the age. This is how you have gathered, like 17 to 56, is it? I'm not quite sure. Favorite nature landscape: beaches, mountains. Okay, candidate occupation, hotel reservation, online booking platform, individual gender, how frequently every 4 months do you travel? I doubt whether this is the right question to ask. Maybe you can ask how frequently you travel, but okay, let's pass that one. Now, when you're preparing to do the research, you need to have certain objectives. What are you trying to uncover? For example, I mentioned certain hypotheses at the beginning that you need to have. Whether you, as a product owner, you can have them, or as a different product owner would give it to you. So these are the hypotheses that you are trying to uncover or validate during the research state. Furthermore, you will try to discover the truth behind these problems, and to try to uncover the pain points, goals, needs of these people with regards to existing solutions, existing way of doing things. And I don't understand how these questions would help to do that. Maybe, for example, favorite nature landscape, everybody has mentioned beaches. So what that thing uncovers, and how does that help for you to create a better solution than what is existing? I don't understand. Let's go down. And you have mentioned qualitative research. What problems could you encounter when booking a hotel through a travel app while on a trip? Okay. Finding suitable accommodation can be tough, and not being familiar with the area, relying on app description, reviews, photos may not accurate, connectivity and the technical issues. Okay, why do you like to travel? I don't know how this helps for you to discover a better solution. This is a problem when you don't set your objectives first. We need to see those objectives, what you're trying to uncover in your research, or how does that research should go will depend on those initial goals that you set. When someone invites you on a trip, ask me to handle booking hotel room, what are the challenges you will face, meeting everyone's preferences and requirements. Okay. And then you have done the competitive analysis, booking.com, Agoda. These are the popular solutions existing at the moment. I'm not quite sure whether you have done the analysis part right, because these are some of the characteristics of these applications that you have mentioned. When in a computer analysis, you need to have a template where you compare particular attributes, how each of these people have implemented them, and what problems that they have solved and how they have solved them, and the issues, common issues that are related to these applications. There will be a whole different kind of a template that you can use to do a proper analysis. And even here, I don't see that analysis part here. It is just a description that you have mentioned, that Airbnb is a unique competitor in the industry offering platform. Yes, that's Airbnb. Everybody knows that. And these are the features that they have. And where's the analysis part? And it's missing. Then you have discovered some user persona. So I see that this is a research persona template. And even with this user persona, let's see the next one. Okay, I have an issue with this persona, because what you have picked, what you have created here is, a few personas which belong to a similar segment. For example, age 27, single, sales manager. These are like, now here, age 25, single, software engineer, Cape Town. I guess these do belong to a similar segment in your user groups. So when you're creating personas, if it is a research-based persona, then you have to interview a lot of people, and then you have to categorize, you have to identify the demographic characteristics and then the segments. Then you need to create personas based on these segments. Now there's another way of doing it called proto-persona, and we have pitched another method called empathetic proto-persona, where you can segment your persona based on these characteristics, and then you do the validation of that one. All the methods are correct as long as you validate these results. If you do the research and then create the persona, or you do the assumptions first and then validate the persona and readjust it according to your findings, everything is valid as long as you have the true data there. So here you have mentioned certain goals. Emily seeks a user-friendly platform that allows her to quickly find the booking accommodation. She prioritizes high-quality stays with good reviews. Okay, pain points, confusing incomplete information. Now, this is the phase that you discover problems while you're doing the research. So I don't know how you have come up with the earlier pain points that we see here in this section. Maybe it has come from here, but if that is so, then your ordering of your sections in the case study is somewhat off, I would say. And yes, we'll go down. Then you have categorized them into empathy map. What emotions does the user experience when using the application? Excited to find good deal, blah blah blah. Okay, now what you do is, once you have gathered all these pain points, goals and needs of these people, then you try to categorize them into an empathy map. Okay. All right. Then you have straight away come to a user flow. This is where you need to, now in between your research and the solution, you need to define the exact problem that you need to solve, exact problem and exact areas that you need to touch upon, exact pain points, goals and needs you try to solve or you try to address. You need to mention them. You have to set your scope, which is missing here. Now you have straight away come to the user flow. Okay, open app, splash screen, sign up, search. It's a typical book. Now you have mentioned certain pain points, goals, needs, certain stuff at the beginning. Now how this solution addresses them, because you have never mentioned it. It's a typical user flow that I could see. And information architecture, again you have mentioned a flow here, trip details, active, Now, what we expect when we are reading a use experience case study is how have you solved the problems that you have identified, which you have never mentioned. Now you have come to a point called 5I analysis. It is again a technique to find the root cause of the problem. Now we have mentioned the users are experiencing slow performance while using the booking app. Now, is your application done here, or are you talking about another application? I'm confused. Now, what I could see is you're trying to pull pieces from different processes and different activities, different ways of working, and put it into your application here, your case study here, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So response is too damn high. So how did you come up with this problem? Where did you discover it? Is it in your problem, or is it in another application? So, and again you have come up with colors. Now I'm expecting your solutions here, because you have mentioned certain problems. You have identified certain goals and needs and pain points from the personas, and you have identified certain challenges in your research, and you have mentioned certain pain points here also, and you have mentioned certain key features. I don't know how you come up with this. Now I'm expecting you to show me how you have solved these problems. Straight away you have come to the visual design part, typography, and here you're mentioning wireframes. What I could see is you have created something like mid-fidelity wireframes, but I don't know what these things do reflect. And these are some high fidelity designs, and that's the end. So I would say this is a half-baked UX case study where the solution part is completely missing, and I do not know how you have solved all these problems. So if I summarize, the process that you have used is somewhat questionable to me, because I see that you have tried to pull certain activities from different mechanisms or methods and try to put into your one. Instead, go with one kind of process, and your goal should be to start off with certain hypotheses and discover the truth by using a proper research or proper validation mechanism, and then define the scope of work, what you're going to do, then explain how you have solved the problem. And that is my honest opinion, honest analysis about your case studies. Now don't take this personal. I still admire your efforts, and I still salute you for writing this case study. I hope you could continue working on this case study and make it a better one than what is it's a continuous approach. I mean, it's not you fire and forget a case study. You can, based on the feedback that you get, you can continuously evolve it. So I hope you would do that. Thank you.